Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari. Jaya Gopi Jana Girivardhari. Prasadanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Dera Vanachari Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Vyasadev Pralhad Yamuna Tera Vanachari Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Prasadanandana Prajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tera Vanachari Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Vadire Nasta Prayesu Avadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 4, The Appearance of Sri Narada, Text 25. Sri Sudradija Bandhunam Traina Shruti Gochara Karma Shreyasi Mudhanam Shreya Evam Bhavedya Iti Bharatamakyanam Krupaya Munina Kritam. Out of Stree, the woman class. Sudra, the labor class. Dija Bandhana, are the friends of twice born. Try, three, na, not. Shruti Gochara, for understanding. Karma, in activities. Shreyasi, in welfare. Mudana, are the fools. Shreya, supreme benefit. Evam, thus. Bhavet, achieved. Yaha, by this. Iti, thus thinking. Bharatam, the great Mahabharata. Akhyanam, historical facts. Krupaya, out of great mercy. Munina, by the Muni. Kritam is completed. Translation. Out of compassion, the great says, thought it wise that this would enable man to achieve the ultimate goal of life. Out of compassion, the great says, thought it wise that this would enable man to achieve the ultimate goal of life. Thus he compiled the great historical narration called Mahabharata for women, laborers, friends of the twice born. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. The friends of the twice born families are those who are born in the families of Brahmanas, Kshatriyas and Vaishyas, are the spiritually cultured families, but who themselves are not equal to their forefathers. So descendants are not recognized as such for want of purificatory achievements. The purificatory activities begin even before the birth of a child, and the seed-giving reformatory process is called Garbhadana Samskara. One who has not undergone such a Garbhadana Samskara or spiritual family planning is not accepted as being of an actual twice-born family. The Garbhadana Sanskara is followed by other purificatory processes, out of which the sacred thread ceremony is one. This is performed at time of spiritual initiation. After this particular Sanskara, one is rightly called twice born. One birth is calculated during seed-giving Sanskara. The second birth is calculated at the time of spiritual initiation. One who has been able to undergo such important Sanskaras can be called a bona fide twice born. If the father and mother do not undertake the process of spiritual family planning, simply beget children out of passion only, their children are called Dijabandhus. These Dijabandhus are certainly not as intelligent as the children of the regular twice-born families. Dijabandhus are classified as the Sudras and the woman class, or by nature less intelligent. The Sudras and woman class do not have to undergo any samskara, save and accept the ceremony of marriage. The less intelligent classes of men, namely women, Sudras, and unqualified sons of the higher caste, are devoid of necessary qualification to understand the purpose of transcendental Vedas. For them, the Mahabharata was prepared. The purpose of Mahabharata is to administer the purpose of Vedas, and therefore within this Mahabharata, the summary of Veda, Bhagavad Gita, is placed. The less intelligent are more interested in stories than philosophy. Therefore, the philosophy of Vedas in the form of Bhagavad Gita is spoken by Lord Krishna. Vyasadeva and Lord Krishna are both on the transcendental plane, and therefore they collaborated in doing good to the fallen souls of this age. The Bhagavad Gita is the essence of all Vedic knowledge. It is the first book of spiritual values of the Upanishads are. The Vedanta philosophy is the subject matter for study by spiritual graduates. Only the postgraduate spiritual student can enter into spiritual or devotional service of the Lord. It is a great science, and the great professor is the Lord himself in the form of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And persons who are empowered by him can initiate others in transcendental loving service of the Lord. Nama Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaurbani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschati Destarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. It says for Sudras, for Sudra means lower class, those who are born in intellectual class but not real intellectuals, those who are women are normally not philosophically inclined, and for all of them, it says that Vyasadev compiled Srimad Bhagavatam. Mahabharata. So let me tell you that Kali Yuga, Vedas are completely destroyed by Kali Purusha. How he destroyed? Because suppose you have a herb and there are herbs growing in the forest, but if you don't have proper Ayurveda doctor, he cannot value what this herb is. Similarly, Kali Purusha has destroyed us so much that we don't have people, those who can really read Vedas and can utilize it in Krishna's service. So this is, so that is why in Kali Yuga, what is more important is, even Mahabharata is more important than the Vedas, Upanishads, Samhitas. The reason is, Mahabharata is not simply story. Mahabharata gives us Bhagavad Gita, essence of all Vedic literature. In the middle of the Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita is there. During initial days, we had a very nice sannyasi, Dhanurdhar Swami. So he was giving a class in Vrindavan, and I was hearing, and he was telling that when he was told that Krishna conscious movement has started in America, he was studying philosophy or something in some university in America, I think in New York. So he was told that here you can hear the philosophy pointing to Hare Krishnas. So he went there. So some devotee, I have forgotten what name he said, and he was giving a class. And he was telling, when I'm yelling, devotee is yelling. He's saying, Krishna is telling Arjuna, you kill, you are a Kshatriya. And this person for the first time are hearing, to kill. I came here for a spiritual life, non-violence. What is this killing? Right. So he was in the beginning baffled. Of course, slowly, because you are serious, and hence slowly he picked up. And then he was telling that in the Mahabharata, when battle is ready, everybody's attention, what is going to happen in the battle? See, mind wants to hear something very intriguing. So, people want to hear it. Why? And that is the opportunity Krishna created for Bhagavad Gita to be spoken. So that battlefield Bhagavad Gita is saving the entire humankind. Not today, it has done 5,000 years, all these 5,000 years, more than 5,000 years. And it is going to do many, many kalpas. People will hear this Bhagavad Gita, the same verse. Can you imagine? Suppose when we started our schooling, small kid, I remember I used to get beating by my father when he was teaching, and we were taught Varnabodha by Madhusudan Rao or Madhusudan Das, Madhusudan Rao. Varnabodha, a small book, okay, that's written in Odia, and it was given to us. What context I said this? What was my context?
The slokas are still like 5,000.
Yeah, you see that Varnabodha we studied. But now if you go, A for apple, C for cat, B for whatever, it's completely different. Varnabodha was written completely different thing. And I personally felt Varnabodha was pretty intrigued. And you see that all what we studied in our school days, no more. You will not find in the semblance of that, right? But today we are reading in Bhagavad Gita, Sanjaya Vacha Dharma Kshetre Kuru Kshetre Samavetayu Sava Mamaka Pandava Shaiva Kima Kurvata Sanjaya. And this particular verse, all this 5,000, more than 5,000 years people are studying from there. Ending with Yatra Yogeshwara Partha, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partha Dhanurdhara. So, all these verses, another 2 billion years. In this, until this day, Brahma will come to an end. Everybody would recite the same 700 verses. Just contemplate. What amazing is this? Krishna spoke something, 700 verses, they become eternal. They are not going to change. It will be there. If you will be burned after 1 lakh years, 2 lakh years, 1 million years after here, you will see the same. मैं तो ये 1 million years before I have studied this. Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavan yachasmi tattvata tato mam tatato gyatva visati tadantaram. नहीं, अभी भी पढ़ रहे हैं. और किताब देखो, सब परिवर्तन हो जाता है. In Odia we have a proverb, Benga kahe Bengulilo pruthi khani khani ke ana. The frog is saying to sea frog that this world constantly changing, constantly in flux. While everything is changing, Mahabharata would be there. Bhagavad Gita would be there. Is it not amazing? So this Mahabharata in this age of Kali is more valuable than Vedas, because Vedas, very few. We don't have very highly qualified Brahmanas are necessary to comprehend Veda. So very few people can actually take the juice out of Vedas. But literally everybody, we see that in Kali Yuga, everybody is a Sudra. Everybody is Sudra. Everybody's mentality is Sudra mentality. We are all Sudras, born Sudras. And hence, for us, Mahabharata is best. Mahabharata is this. Although Krishna is so kind, we will see that how Bhagavatam is the supermost literature for all of us. That's another. But the point is that it appears Bhagavatam as a Mahabharata is low class. No. Every literature in Vedas are all important because they cater to need of different denomination, different consciousness. So, twice born Brahmanas, still his mind was not satisfied, although he engaged himself in working for the total welfare of the people. Sri Vyasadeva was not satisfied with himself, although he had prepared literature of Vedic values for the all-round welfare of general mass of people. It was expected that he would be satisfied by all such activities, but ultimately he was not satisfied. They are devotees. Vyasadeva wrote 4 Vedas. Paila became professor of Rig Veda. Jaimini became professor of Samveda. Vaisampayana became professor of Yajurveda. Angira became professor of Atharva Veda. And Romaharsana Sutta became professor of 5th Veda, that is Mahabharata and Purana and Itihasa, Mahabharata. So now you try to understand this. All these literatures took care of everyone. That means we need some books for knowledge, and books were created for all categories of people. All categories of people. Okay. So when it says that he wrote for less intelligent people Mahabharata, actually it has to be understood properly. We are all less intelligent now. But doesn't mean that Mahabharata has less importance. No. 10 patients, they go to the doctor. They have different disease. And doctor doesn't prescribe same medicine for everyone. Doctor will give different medicine to different people according to their disease. Similarly, Vyasadeva did everything, but he was not satisfied. Thus the great sage, being dissatisfied at heart, at once began to reflect because he knew the essence of religion. He said within himself, sage began to search out the cause of not being satisfied at heart. Perfection is never attained until one is satisfied at heart. The satisfaction of heart has to be searched out beyond matter. I have, under strict disciplinary vows, unpretentiously worshipped the Vedas, the spiritual master, the altar of sacrifice. I have also abided by the rulings and have known the import of disciplic succession through explanation of Mahabharata, by which even women, Sudras and others, friends of the twice born, can see the path of religion. No one can understand the import of Vedas without having undergone a strict disciplinary vow and disciplic succession. The Veda's spiritual master and sacrificial fire must be worshipped by the desiring candidate. All these intricacies of the Vedic knowledge are systematically presented in the Mahabharata for the understanding of woman class, the labor class, and the unqualified members of Brahmana, Kshatriya, or Vaishya families. In this age, the Mahabharata is more essential than the original Vedas. Thank you. So, some noise is coming. अब देखो इतनी बड़े काम करने के बाद आजकल क्या है ना, एक अगर कोई किताब लिखता है कितना खुश हो जाता है, आई हैव रिटन अ बुक. We prepared one Bhagavad Gita video course. It has taken a lot of effort and a lot of energy. And Vyasadev देखो कितने बड़े काम किए हैं. Nobody can imagine. Yesterday before sleeping, I was reading Pralhad Maharaj's story because I was seeking shelter of Narsinghdev very intensely. And so you know everything, but I will repeat because this is very relevant to this discussion what we are having. So Sanda and Amarka, they came to the assembly, complaint with Pralhad Maharaj, who is only 5-year-old boy, very innocent boy, Pralhad Maharaj, very innocent boy, a 5-year-old, and Sanda Amarka handed over him to Hiranyakashipu. Said, he doesn't listen to us. He says that, they said that he doesn't accept your authority, he only accepts the authority of Vishnu. As soon as he heard Vishnu, who trembled? Who trembled? Hiranyakashipu. How dare you say my enemy is your worshipable deity? Indra, Chandra, Surya, Agni, Varuna, I imprison all of them. They follow my order. And you say, Vishnu? He could forget that he's a 5-year-old boy and his own little son. He forgot. He was boiling. And then this famous question. What is the famous question?
Where is it presented? Where is it?
Where you are getting strength?
From where you are getting the strength to challenge my authority? Challenge my authority. We have to, dear friends, we have to invest in Krishna. That's all. That's all. If you don't invest in Krishna, you invest in something else, that will give you lot of torture. And Pralhad Maharaj has invested in Krishna. His entire childhood, instead of going to sports or this or that, he has completely invested in Krishna. He says, my dear father, there is this same person from whom you derive your strength. I also derive the strength from the same person. Beautiful. Everybody is deriving strength from one person. What is the distinction? Devotees. They derive the strength of Krishna to glorify Krishna. Whereas non-devotees, they derive strength from Krishna to destroy themselves. So it is your decision. And so, your decision. You want to destroy yourself or you want to glorify Krishna? If you are seeking strength from Krishna, not to glorify him, but to establish my Raj, like I have been accused that I am establishing my Raj. What test is my Raj? Nonsense. There should be only one Raj, that is Krishna Raj. Only Krishna Raj. And we should be only facilitator. How everybody can appreciate Krishna Raj or Ram Rajya. Anyhow, so when Pralhad Maharaj said that your strength is coming from his own enemy, from Vishnu, that is break. No further tolerance. Pulled his son and went towards the pillar and said, where is your... Now before that he said, where is your master? He said, he is everywhere. My master is everywhere. And pulled him towards the pillar and said, does he reside here? And then he struck the pillar. With the ferocity of anger, he heard a tumultuous noise. And that tumultuous noise appeared from outer covering of the... It appeared that as if the tumultuous noise is coming from the outer covering of the universe. You can imagine. Sometime in rainy days, you hear this lightning, deadly lightnings, right? You feel as if the locality will be devastated. And the lightning, they strike one after another. I have seen when I was in Koraput, and it was such ferocious lightning. We are small kids. Maybe I was 4-year-old or 5-year-old. And so much of fear within, just hearing this lightning. And it would appear that probably it is going to fall upon us. That ferocity. And immediately from that pillar came out a form, Nrukesari. Hiranyakashipu could never imagine such a form exists. How is it possible? How is it possible? Hiranyakashipu could not figure out this form. Because Krishna says, Naham prakasa sarvasya yoga maya samavrita. Krishna doesn't reveal himself to everyone. He's covered by his covering, outer covering. And then there was a cat-mouse game between Hiranyakashipu and Narsinghdev. Until Narsinghdev teared apart the chest and intestine of Hiranyakashipu on the doorstep while he put himself in his lap and took those intestine and made garlands around him. He was so angry. Because his dear devotee Pralhad Maharaj has been tortured. So why did I tell this story here? As I said, Vyasadev kept Bhagavad Gita in the middle of Mahabharata. That means when Mahabharata is about to start, he released the philosophy. Otherwise, people are not interested in philosophy. They are interested in war. Bhagavatam talks of varieties of intriguing activities of Krishna that would attract mind of everyone. Is it not very nice how Hiranyakashipu was annihilated by Lord Narsinghdev? How Pralhad Maharaj was so fearless in front of a person who was such a towering personality. He was so fearless. So, dear devotees, let us invest in Krishna. Any other investment would cause lot of anxiety and suffering. You invest in your family, there will be suffering. You invest in your career, there will be suffering. You invest anything in this world, you will only get suffering. But invest in Krishna. That is called Shreyas. You'll get eternal benefit. I'm not saying that you should not invest in family or career or this or that. No. But that investment should be an aspect of our investment in Krishna. They cannot be mutually exclusive investment. There must be investment. Any question? Dear devotees, you can ask question. Please meditate today. I have gone to Badrinath in September. First time I went, because first time when I went, we could not go. We returned from Joshimath. That trip, when I went with Vaishnav Maharaj, and then my second trip, I took Radhakant and his wife, me, my wife, we four went, and this is September 15. It's so cold, extremely cold, but we had a very good time. And there, Vyasadev resided, built a university, wrote all this literature. Still, he was not happy. And we do the all nonsense activities. How can he be happy? Just think about it. By doing such severe austerity, by writing profuse literature, he could not become happy. What about us? So please meditate. कोई क्वेश्चन है? Nikita is from Kedarnath. Nikita is from Kedarnath and saying how to invest in Krishna. That's the best question you asked, Nikita. To be able to invest in Krishna, we have to constantly push ourselves to goodness, to pure goodness, purer goodness, and purest goodness. We must lead a Krishna conscious lifestyle in such a way we have very little attachment to this world and we have maximum attachment to Krishna. And that investment in Krishna can be done under the guidance of a teacher, literature, everything. Hare Krishna. I think hopefully that satisfies you, Nikita. I'm very happy to see. Meghna Sharma also is asking the same question, how to invest in Krishna. I think I have to elaborate further now. It's double time. The best investment in Krishna is how can we chant incessantly, always. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, as we develop detachment from this world and we practice Krishna consciousness principles, and then we chant. Have you seen that, what you say, you make a nice preparation and then on the top you garnish it, right? Or you say garnish, right? उसको जो गार्निश है ना, ऊपर में जो डेकोरेट करते हैं, धनिया की पत्ता डालते हैं, ये करते हैं, वो करते हैं. So what is that garnish actually? That person, once you offer that to Krishna, when Krishna sees that, is very, very wonderful. Yes or no? Just like when you offer anything, there is no nice tulsi leaf, Krishna will not look at it. Okay. Similarly, whatever we may do, if we don't have proper chanting, we are not calling out for Krishna's name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay. So, I hope Meghna Mataji and Nikita, both of you should commit to chant more sincerely, all the rounds as early as possible. That is all. Chanting, chanting, chanting our ways back to Godhead is the best investment in Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, who is there? Riddhi Mataji. There are both dualities within, even in finding Krishna. I don't know how to deal with my darkness in the pursuit. Yeah, dualities. That is why we need devotee association, shelter of a nice Vaishnava who can guide us. Hearing, every day hearing Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. We have really worked hard, Riddhi Mataji, to make this Bhagavad Gita course. I would like all of you take benefit of this course. And we are preparing also course on Srimad Bhagavatam and so forth. So we want to build these courses in a way, and I would like you people to ask, to tell us how should we present these courses so that you can appreciate it, you can get benefit from it. We are interested in your benefit, all of your benefit. Next. Piyush Sehgal, we are drawing strength from Krishna to glorify Krishna. So it seems, but sometimes I feel I use the strength for self-glorification. What should be done to avoid this? Understanding, chanting, etc. will help, but it seems to make a very unnoticeable impact, if at all. Yes, Piyush, the contamination is so deep within all of us, including me, you, and all of us here, that for trillions of births, we wanted self-glorification. We didn't want Krishna's glorification. Time comes when you really will be tested. For last 4 or 5 days, I am not even able to get sleep. But still, I have to perform devotional service. I have to chant many more rounds than 16 because it's Purushottam month. I could not take a vow of 64 rounds, but I'm trying at least 32 rounds and so forth. I have to engage in Abhishekam, giving classes. Difficulties will be there. But Krishna will teach us. He says, Dadami Buddhi Yogam. He will create situation by which you have to fully surrender to him. Then you say, Krishna, you take me out of this situation. I will not use my ability. Okay. So this is meditate on the verse Tunadapi Sunichena Tarorapi Sahisnuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari. I think every day before you go to bed, meditate on this verse. Will help you. Next. Okay, I think we are done. 9:30. Thank you very much for joining us. I pray all of your progress in Krishna consciousness. And I also am indebted to all of you that you are joining, so that it is encouraging me to speak. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna. So you want more? No, but there are no questions now. Is there any more question? No, there are no. Anybody would like to make some comment today? Akshay Kumar.
Hare Krishna Swamiji.
Sridevi Mataji, please.
I'm so happy that today you told the Pralhad story again. This is one of my favorite stories. And and every day we meet so many Hiranyakashipus in our school, and even at home sometimes, and only it is Pralhad and his devotion gives us the strength. And of course, we haven't, we know Lord Krishna through you. So sometimes I feel that our inarticulated questions, you answer. Yesterday I was very much disturbed. But today, after hearing Pralhad's story, I said, nah, I devote my devotion should be to Lord Krishna and he will take care of the bhaktas. Thank you so much, Swamiji. Love the story. Thank you so much.
Yes, Prahlad's story, if it doesn't inspire a person, he must be a stone. I want to introduce everyone, Sridevi Mataji. She and her sister Bharati, Dr. Bharati, both of them, and Bharati's husband Gopal Krishna, all of them, they are a great devotee of Simhachala Narsinghdev. So she appreciated today's I was not planning to speak about Narsinghdev, but I spoke because I read yesterday before, because I am not getting sleep because of certain stress and anxiety, and so I was reading yesterday, day before yesterday, I was reading how when Narsinghdev killed and he was so angry, nobody was able to pacify, and then how Brahmaji would tell Lakshmiji to pacify. She would say, I have never seen my husband to be so angry, so I am fearful. And no demigod dared, and finally Brahmaji handed over a garland to Pralhad Maharaj and said, please go. And then we see Narsinghdev, when he saw Pralhad Maharaj, he was so angry, but became so cool, so peaceful. He's so tall. And Pralhad Maharaj was just like a small baby. But he lowered his head so much that Pralhad Maharaj can garland him. And then he sat in the throne of Hiranyakashipu and made Pralhad Maharaj to sit on his lap. And then he licked the body of Pralhad Maharaj. Can you imagine how much love Krishna has for his devotees? He is real Bhakta Vatsala. Extremely Bhakta Vatsala. He likes his devotees. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hare Krishna sir, Dandavat Pranam.
Yes. Avaya Chaitanya.
Sir, I was just thinking when you said Mahabharata was written for Bijabandhus, Vaishyas and Sudras and women. So Vyasadev kept all the philosophy, the Vedic philosophy concise in Bhagavad Gita. But in these days we are so degraded that sometimes these TV serial makers, when they make Mahabharata, they restrict Bhagavad Gita portion into 1 or 2 episodes, and that also when people see, like when I saw Mahabharata, I didn't see those episodes. I saw only storyline.
It is better they don't show the philosophy. Because if they show the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita, they will pollute more. You pray that they should not show at all.
Yeah, that's one way better.
We should have learn Gita, live Gita, videos to go to as many people. Otherwise, they are going to pollute. They have no understanding of philosophy. Why you are worried about that? I think your thinking is in wrong position, wrong direction. If they start speaking Bhagavad Gita, they will spoil everything. Eh? You have heard about the popular Bhagavad Gita, what is that? Mayavadi Gitasa. Gitasa. Mayavadi Gitasa. So lousy.
Yes, yes.
Eh? Okay.
Yeah, one way it is better that they didn't show it. I didn't think that perspective.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, Chahat asked a good question. He said that, Chahat, can you repeat your question? Chahat Uprati.
Hare Krishna, sir. Dandavat Pranam. Yes, sir. Sir, actually, this question was asked to me by a student here. So the question was that she was going through the same third chapter of the first canto where all the incarnations are mentioned, and then the Virat Roop is also mentioned. And then her question was basically that she is not able to understand why is Virat Roop different from all the other incarnations. So then I told that that it is described in 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita that Srila Prabhupada says it's material, but he also mentions that it is transcendental in another purport. So I was myself confused. How can it be both transcendental and material?
Transcendental from the devotee perspective, because Krishna is embedded everywhere. And from a demon perspective, he is amazed by the gigantic structure of the Virata Purusha and how nature is acting, being grounded on this Virata Purusha. So that way, those who are ordinary people, they cannot understand Krishna as a small boy or Yashodanandan, Krishna as a Nandanandan or Devakinandan. They cannot understand this. They cannot understand Krishna as Parthasarathi. They cannot understand Krishna as Vijaya Sakha and so forth. So for them, this is the best. That is why it is said material. Material means even people, those who are demoniac, those who are very low standard, they will be able to appreciate. So that is why, that verse we talked about, Atmaramascha Munaya or Nirgrantha Virukrame. I had explained. When did I explain that verse? Yesterday, day before yesterday? Yeah, just recently I explained that. And I was saying that if you know how to present Krishna, then everyone will be attracted to Krishna. Kurvanti ahoitu kim bhakti mittabhuddha. So some will be attracted by the universal feature of Krishna or Virata form of Krishna. Some will be attracted by Narsinghdev, some will be attracted by Krishna, some will be attracted by Rama, some will be attracted by Vamana, and so many ways. But everybody can be made attracted. That is the point. Is that clear, Chahatuprati? Or you are looking something else? Chahat? What is the question? Sir, sometimes it is said, first step in our progress is that we should be inquisitive, Brahma Jigyasa. In LG, chapter 1, it is written, the first step is distinguish spirit from matter. Is this a different kind? No. Brahma Jigyasa and distinguishing spirit from matter is the same thing. Brahma Jigyasa means what? What is spirit? Prem Raj Kala. Sometimes people do chanting for some material benefit, but when they don't get it, they lose faith in chanting. How to convince such people? You see, you have to invest in Krishna all the time. Don't invest in people. Don't invest in people. The moment you invest in Krishna, people will naturally be benefited. Don't worry about it. But let us invest in Krishna. Others will naturally be benefited. There are some people, they will come. Yes, you will tell, please, you will chant and then you will get benefit, and after some time you will lose because he was materialist, but after some time, because he has chanted Krishna's name, when you will have a difficult time, he may remember Krishna again. Who knows? So leave him to his fate. Do whatever you can do. But we should not be investing in others' progress so much. We should be investing in our own progress because we are not perfected beings. Okay. I think we should stop here. Are we here? Yes, Prabhuji, such stories of Krishna Lila you narrate to us, motivate us so much and enliven us. Thank you, Riti Mataji. Thank you. I appreciate your appreciation. Next. That's it. Okay. Hare Krishna.